All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us today for Carnegie and TikTok's guide to creative excellence. So Anastasia and I are so excited to be presenting on this topic to you all. It's something that we're both really passionate about and work very closely with in both of our days to days. So thank you all for being here. Just some quick intros. My name is Amy Orlando, and I'm a director of social media marketing and digital strategy here at Carnegie. Prior to working at Carnegie on the agency side of higher education marketing, I worked in-house in higher ed marketing at Merrimack College, where I worked on really everything from digital marketing, spending lots of my time in Slate, working on print marketing and really meeting with program directors and deans and all those other really important key stakeholders on campus. So for my higher ed folks, I've been in your shoes and have a lot of firsthand experience with some of the challenges that we face across campuses when it comes to reaching enrollment goals and those different marketing priorities. And I also really have witnessed firsthand the importance of having really strong creative and campaigns to maximize our results. And I'll pass it over to Anastasia.
Oh, that's one heck of a red carpet to roll out. So, or a follow through. So, my name is Anastasia Jones. I've been at TikTok for roughly 2.5 years. I am a brand partnership manager here. So, I've been within the higher ed space since the beginning of my tenure here at TikTok. I've been in sales and marketing for over 10 plus years. So, I have a lot of background, worked with agencies, worked within different verticals and spaces. So happy to be part of this. And Amy, thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're excited. All right, so our goal for today is really to give you the tools to create strong TikTok videos to engage your target audiences. So whether that's traditional prospective undergraduate students, graduate students, adult students, transfer students, community college students, etc., really to best meet your marketing goals, which I know for a lot of us is enrollment. And so for today's agenda, we'll go just for a quick overview of TikTok, then start to go through why creative matters and why we're really having this webinar, going through creative best practices, also a client success story, and Anastasia will dive deep into TikTok resources and some creative solutions. So, what is TikTok? I like to describe TikTok as the new kid on the block that's growing in popularity as a absolutely crazy rate. So TikTok is an entertainment first platform that features short form mobile video with trending musics and sounds and really encourages user engagement. So while TikTok is still a relatively new social platform compared to the Metas and the LinkedIns out there, it really has continued to increase in popularity and usage amongst all ages. So from a higher education and marketing perspective, we can target traditional prospective undergraduate, transfer, community college, and graduate students on TikTok. And something else to note is that there has been a growing population of parents on TikTok. So this could be an audience to explore and your strategy as well. And I really want to drive this point home here, this first bullet, that TikTok is an entertainment first platform. So users are on TikTok to be entertained. One fun fact that I love to share with my clients is that the majority of users on TikTok don't have any other media going on at the same time. So they aren't listening to a podcast or having Netflix streaming in the background. When users are on TikTok, that has their entire attention span, and attention is huge here. Another stat that I love is 73% of TikTok users say that they feel a deeper connection to the brands that they interact with on TikTok versus the other sites and apps that they use. So really showcasing the strength of this platform. We know that our prospective students are there. We know that we're getting their full attention. And we know that the users that are on TikTok really do feel a deep connection to the brands on there. So looking at TikTok by the numbers, there are 9,000 organic TikTok videos made per minute. That is not a typo. It is actually 9,000. There is a ton of content constantly being created and published on TikTok, really showcasing the importance of having, strong creatives so that your videos are the ones that are getting people to stop scrolling and pause and really tune into that media. TikTok is also growing as a search platform as well. So 51% of users choose TikTok over Google for search. A story that I love to tell was a conversation I had with one of my friends a few months ago, and we're based in Boston. And so she was looking to get a massage in the area. So she mentioned that she went to Google first just to get a list of different spas in Boston, and then went to TikTok and searched those individual spas to see what the experience would be like there. So it is really growing as a search platform. Again, just showcasing the importance of being on TikTok. It's growing really, really quickly. 81% of users globally said that they spend or they plan on spending the same or more amount of time on TikTok over the next 6 months. So TikTok is not going anywhere, it is here to stay. And 35% of users globally say that they spend more time on TikTok than Netflix. So again, really entertainment first platform. So that's kind of TikTok as a whole, but education discovery happens on TikTok. So how does this relate to the work that we all do? So 37% of TikTok users learn information about schools on TikTok. 32% of users learn information about a course, and then 31% of users learn information about a training program on TikTok. So all these numbers are really showing us that users on TikTok are interested in education, and therefore it's one of the places for higher education advertisers to be. Furthermore, when a student or prospective student is deciding on which school to attend, 1 in 3 prospective graduate students will look at their top school's TikTok accounts, and same goes for 1 in 4 undergraduate students. So it's really important to make sure that A, your school has a presence on TikTok, but also B, that you have a strong presence on the platform, right? So meaning posting engaging, thoughtful content on a regular basis. About 44% of TikTok users want branded content to be fun and entertaining, and this is where our creative best practices come in. So perfect segue here into why creative matters. Ultimately, creative is king on TikTok. I think in every meeting that I've been in our TikTok reps, that's something that we always talk about is creative is king. So the stronger your creative, really the stronger the campaign performance will likely be. We see that about 65% of TikTok users watch whatever the algorithm suggests to them, and 55% of TikTok users are on the app to discover new things. So you really want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward with the videos that you're promoting on this app. And just to really drive this point home about why creative matters, we've seen that 75% of a campaign's success is attributed to creative. So that's a huge number. So the stronger the videos, really the better your campaigns will likely perform. 47% of brand sales lift is brought by creative. And I love this stat right here. There's 1.1 higher conversion intent is driven by TikTok first creatives compared to repurposed creatives used across social media platforms. And we'll get into what TikTok first creatives actually look like next. All right, so we understand that the audiences that we target as higher ed institutions are on TikTok. We see that strong creative is imperative to campaign success, but what does strong creative actually look like? What does that mean? So let's dive into some creative best practices. So we have a few of them listed here. First and foremost, leveraging the power of sound. So TikTok users keep sound on, and this is a huge, huge aspect of creating strong content that will really engage users. With that, it's also important to incorporate concise and informative text to keep users engaged throughout your video and to really convey whatever message you're looking to within that specific video. You also really want to capture a user's attention quickly. So TikTok is known for its fast-paced, really exciting, and attention-grabbing content. So you want to make sure that your ads hook viewers within the first few seconds to draw them in. And then once you have their attention, you really want to keep your branding consistent throughout. So whether that's through having students or people in your video wearing t-shirts or things that say your school name on them, or popular buildings on campus, or even just a logo throughout the video. We've seen that work really well. We also recommend including a strong call to action and then not being afraid to break the fourth wall and address viewers directly. And then also embracing creativity and authenticity. I always have trouble with that one. TikTok users really appreciate content that feels genuine and authentic. So focusing on creating ads that reflect the unique tone and style of the platform. And also not being afraid to think outside of the box and experimenting with different creative formats, trends, and music. Something that we'll get into a little bit deeper later is utilizing the TikTok Creative Center to discover the latest trends, whether that's music, videos, and sounds to help guide your inspiration. And really the world is your oyster with the types of creative content that you can post and share on TikTok. And lastly, leveraging user-generated content. So incorporating user-generated content into your ads to make them more authentic and relatable. Another pro tip that we have that we love here are Spark ads. So what are Spark ads? They are a native ad format that enables you to leverage organic TikTok posts and their features as ads within your campaign. So they're highly interactive and use posts from real TikTok accounts. So really highlighting that user-generated content aspect right there. Since this ad format uses existing organic content from TikTok, all posts, views, comments, shares, likes, follows, and overall engagement driven by the ad are also attributed to the organic post on TikTok as well. Spark ads can also have a clear call to action and link to external landing pages for users to take a conversion action. So thinking of driving to an RFI form to drive inquiry, or a visit registration form to push open house registrations. And lastly, as mentioned here in the slide, Spark ads don't always have to be your institution's posts. So you can spark other TikTok creators' posts with their permission. So thinking students, student athletes, professors, alumni, admissions counselors, really the list goes on, and the possibilities are endless with Spark ads. So on the note of Spark ads, we did want to share some client success. We've been testing this for a lot of our clients and have seen really strong results, and wanted to highlight one of these campaigns. So for one of our client campaigns, we were running both regular uploaded video creative for ads as well as Spark ads. So within this campaign, one Spark ad alone drove 84 inquiries, almost 33,000 paid likes, and over 14,500 paid profile visits. So ultimately driving additional awareness and engagement on the client's organic TikTok page, as well as strong inquiries. And something really important to note here is we did drive strong inquiry volume. And we also heard from the client that it was strong lead volume, which of course, if we're driving a high volume of leads, we do want them to be quality and end up moving throughout the enrollment funnel. So this was really great to hear. All right, so I will pass it over to Anastasia to go over some TikTok resources and creative solutions.
Awesome. Let's do it. So the first thing we want to chat through, let me go ahead and share my screen here, is the Creative Center, which could be a really, really great resource for us. And we'll go into it in a bit here, along with some other resources. But there's 3 pillars of the section of TikTok Creative Center. So you have your inspiration, where you can kind of see the top ads dashboard. You can go into the industry level, and let's say we're looking at higher ed, and see what other people are doing and get some ideas from there, as well as keyword insights and creative tip finders. Then from there, we go to the trends. We always want to stay on trends when it comes to TikTok. Definitely looking at the top hashtags, the trending songs, creators, right? And then viral videos. And so again, we'll go into this in a few, but this is typically what that landing page looks like. And then we also have the TikTok Creative Exchange, right? So we want you to win on TikTok. And so we give you as many tools and resources. We understand that creative can be a lot. We don't want it to seem like it's overwhelming. And so we have a couple of packages that you can choose from. Our basic package, where you can have 4 unique videos, one concept, one talent. So I like to say, if you want to get enrollment, that would be a concept. And then you would have 4 unique videos of what that looks like when it comes to the enrollment piece. And then you can even double that fun by having that standard package. And again, this would go with your media spend that you already have, and you can choose from those. You also then have the TikTok Creative Challenge, my personal favorite. But these here are tapping into creators on the platform that really know what the platform looks like, right? So how it works. So they will typically be following those pillars that Amy went before and really breaking that fourth wall, really talking to the camera, really looking at what your objectives are. So for example, if we want to get a student enrolled or undergrad, we would go and we would put into the brief that we would look at undergrad students, and we want them to really talk about who our brand is and what that culture might look like at that school. And we'll go over some examples here in a second, but before we do that, I kind of want to go back to our first one, and we're going to take them step by step on what these resources look like, right? So in the TikTok Creative Center that I mentioned earlier, we have a couple of things that you would be able to build into. So you have your creative assistant, you can auto generate images, and then we also have Smart Creative and Script Generator. So I can go through this list, but let's take a look and see what that looks like. Mhm. All righty. So again, going back to the Creative Center, we reference the landing page because this is what it looks like. So if we're trying to start off and we're trying to look at some inspiration, don't worry, we have you. So you can always go into the top ads dashboard. And so I've already pulled some examples up here, but you would go straight into top ads. We can go in, look at our industry specifically within the education space, kind of see what other people are doing. You have a plethora of to choose from, but we're going to pick education here, and we're going to go into higher ed. And again, making it very easy. We're going to take this sympathy out for a second here. And this is within the last 30 days. Again, you can go through objectives if we're trying to do traffic, we're trying to do conversions, things of that nature. Most of us do lead gen. We love a good lead gen here. And so we can have different examples of what that looks like, right? And how this should be a gauge of what your creative can look like, what best in class can look like. And so we're actually going to look at one now. And you can get all the information that you want from there, comment sections, what it looks like, and kind of what their 6-second view looks like. Very simplistic, showing you what their day-to-day looks like. And again, you can look at what their performance also looks like from that standpoint. Again, keyword insights. So if you actually look into further down the line, it will tell you for this particular one, we're looking at earn your degree, learning more, online degree, online high school diploma, healthcare career. As you can see, a lot of this is within the nursing space here. So those are what's actually trending right now. And again, this is just for inspiration. It doesn't have to necessarily look like this. Again, lean on Carnegie to help you as well with some ideas if you need to. The second pillar that we talked about was the trends. We also want to know what's going on. We want to stay relevant to the students. We want them to come to those pages. I love that number one is demure. If you have not been on TikTok recently, this is the trending thing that's going on, very demure. But again, you can go in and see what that looks like. And so as you can see, one of the biggest things that's also trending right now is also senior year, right? Prime example, a great example to really look at those students that are looking at colleges, and we can filter right into there. Again, you can go in, you can see the views, you can see the posts, and go into analytics if you need to. It will also then start, depending on how big the insights are, it will show you the related videos, the insights of there. So people are looking even at campus life. Again, something that you can definitely tap into when it comes to hashtag targeting, what the regions are. And as they get bigger, it will even go into what creators are trending in there. Songs, creator, TikTok videos, take your choosing, it's there. And then of course you have your creative tools, right? So if you need a video editor, script generator, commercial music library, these are pre-vetted, pre-approved music choices that you can actually put onto the platform. Our rule of thumb is to kind of stay within this CML library. But again, these resources are here. Moving from that, let's kind of get into the TikTok sympathy here. So you have the assistants here. Think of this as like the TikTok chat GPT. So you can kind of put in some ideas here, get some inspiration, generate scripts, anything that you want from this particular area here. So I'm gonna actually, let's do a brainstorming session. I think I actually have one up. Awesome. So I actually went ahead and put in that I am a higher education person looking to attract a college bound student. And so it gave me a creative idea, and it says a college bound creator is seen in various settings, from a quiet library corner to a bustling campus. So again, it's already kind of giving you that visual. All you need now is just a student, right? And it even gives you kind of your target audience that you should go after, what that hook should look like. Sometimes it's really hard for us to also stay within trying to hook those college kids. So here's one that's already there for you. And then, of course, your unique selling point. So direct connection with college. It's very easy. You can ask anything within this, and you'd be able to personalize it as you want. So maybe it might be getting a little bit more niche into the degrees, or hey, I want, let's say we're doing a campaign for college tours. You'd be able to exit pretty much anything here, and it will start generating that script for you. One thing that I will say that's also coming to play is AI dubbing. It will be within all ads managers at the end of the month. This will also be part of this assistant as well, and you'll be able to see it. So we're going to kind of give you a sneak peek of what that looks like. We worked with Carnegie to give you guys a little bit access there. But essentially, why this is really great is, especially if you're looking for, I am a Spanish speaker. I speak 3 languages. And I was also a first gen student. So we might want to dub, especially for someone like me, who specifically my native tongue is Spanish. So in order to reach that prospective student, I might want to be in their native tongue so that they know that support is there. So not just saying that we speak Spanish, but also looking that part within that creative and really reaching out to them, right? And so one of the things that you would do is, it wouldn't take anything but the creative that you already have. So you'd be able to put that creative right into your video. You can translate it, you will clone it. We have 12 different languages to choose from Spanish to German to anything of your choosing. And the cool feature that knocked it out of the park for me as a Spanish speaker, not only did it look like someone was speaking Spanish, we have this lip syncing part that actually will make it look like they are speaking that native language. It doesn't look like it's dubbed over. AI is getting a little scary here, but it definitely feels very organic because we want to stay with that when it comes to TikTok. So here I kind of fast forward this video here, but again, you would drop it in, you would translate it to whatever language. You have a drop down box. You can also add a language if you choose to. And then you can either replace those existing subtitles or or have it lip sync. I would definitely replace the existing subtitles when trying to get with the native tongue, just so that it can flow very easily. But again, you'd have this. And so here you actually see they put it in, it auto generates. And then from there, this is again built into the symphony. You just don't see it yet because this is just extra access. So again, it'll generate it, they'll play it, and you would be able to upload that. So you can have up to 12 different languages there. Once that generates, it does take a little time for the AI to work. But once you get to there, you'd be able to place these within the platform. And again, he would go in and just translate it. Here's the original. He's translating it into Spanish. That's actually really good. And then replace it from there. Simple, easy. And then the other thing is Smart Creative, right? So with Smart Creative, we understand it can be very, very overwhelming, trying to stay on trend, trying to create creative. We don't necessarily want you to feel like you don't have those resources. So again, Smart Creative, I wanted to get something that was kind of built in, but if you were going in and you were putting into your ads, you would go in, turn on and toggle on the Smart Creative. And again, you can spark these as well. And it will give you different variations. So you might have it will play probably with different call to actions. You might have one where if we're a student that's coming in, it might zoom in on that student coming in with the call to action coming into class, right? Or it might have another one where they're walking in and it says, ready to start my day. Again, it's just a creative asset combination. It combines video, images, text, different calls to action, and creates multiple variations of that ad. It can do up to 42. We wouldn't say do all 42 at one time, but again, you can have those for that. I think that's everything from that portion. So let's hop back into the deck, shall we? Did I skip anything, Amy? I think we're good, right?
Nope, that was perfect. And as we caught back into our deck. Just something that, AI is such a hot topic right now where it's great that TikTok is rolling out so many of these AI features and continues to do so. And so we're keeping just a close relationship with TikTok here at Carnegie to, be able to utilize these AI resources and really stay on top of those trends. An FAQ that we've gotten from a lot of our clients is, okay, we understand that these are the creative best practices, but we don't have enough people on the team to, be posting on TikTok or creating all these videos that are different than what we would post on some of the other social platforms. And something that we get asked a lot is, does Carnegie offer any solutions to help clients create TikTok videos that also follow the best practices that we went through today? And yes, we do. We are excited to offer TikTok video editing services where our in-house creative experts, who are all amazing and so talented, will take the videos and photos that your team provides us from the client side, and we'll edit them and make enhancements to make them ideal for TikTok. So our creative team is also very well versed in all of the creative best practices that we went through today and are also staying on top of those trends. So it's a great solution that we're excited to offer for our clients who want to be on TikTok, but have videos for other platforms that can just be tweaked to make them ideal for TikTok. And so from here, we just have some resources that we linked. So Carnegie has published a number of blogs on TikTok, everything from Spark ads to new TikTok features that are currently rolling out. And then also have included here some resources to the TikTok commercial use library, the Creative Center, and the Business Help Center, which has some great help articles on a lot of the features that Anastasia went through today. And that concludes our time together. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Any questions, we are here to help. But have a great rest of your day, and thank you.